Hi everyone, let's do a revision on Industrial Revolution. Prior to Industrial Revolution, everything was done manually, and the development of machines actually aided many of the processes which were difficult and complicated previously. And the use of coal, which is a fuel which is being burnt and produces steam, is the new source of energy to power all these new machines. We saw the development of locomotives and trains, and the development of railways, and the opening of new land. And we also see the development of more complicated, more sophisticated machine parts, which saw the building of many different factories, and aided Britain especially, who was the most influential power during the Industrial Revolution, to come up with many different industries and products. And we looked at the Iron Bridge, and I mentioned in class how the development or the use of steel improved this bridge, because now bridges can span wider and further, and also that the movement of ships underneath the bridge could just move on freely, instead of having many piers and supports where the movement of ships would or little boats were much more difficult and impossible. So the use of steel as a component, which is mass produced like this on the Iron Bridge, precisely made in the factory, made this construction possible. Okay. And we also looked at Crystal Palace by Sir Joseph Paxton, and I mentioned to you how this building is a revolution in terms of construction because of the use of cast iron and glass as the main materials. And here you can also see the kind of construction system that is being used. It allows for wide span spaces, and very lightweight in terms of construction, because you see that there were many usable space, although the building is very, very large, as compared to using timber or stone in construction. So if you can recall Romanesque architecture, how the supports were extremely massive and thick, however the spaces inside were unusable. The use of steel, the use of glass actually produced many open and usable spaces. So this was something very very good for the built environment. Okay, and mass production of parts also saw the repetition of similar units. So you could see everything was accurately done, and in the factory, and when it's shipped onto site, it's just being installed. So construction process now speeds up very quickly. Okay, just to show you some images of the construction process, and this is the completed Crystal Palace. Okay, so we talked about the machine age, and we talked about how Industrial Revolution, the use of machine extensively in the production of goods, and in the production of prefabricated components, even in architecture, was extensively used and developed during this period of time. And we also looked at new materials in terms of for construction, like steel and glass, and we saw how the prefabrication of construction components actually brought many advantages to the built environment. So can you name me some advantages of prefabrication of construction components? You might want to pause this video for a while and write down your answers so that we could go through it later. Okay, so these are the advantages that I can think of from the prefabrication of construction components. Number one, we can increase the speed of construction because everything is standardized, everything is made in the factory and brought on site. So everything becomes more accurate, the systems are more efficient, there's no room for wastage, and the new materials can span longer. You have lightweight structures, more usable spaces. It also opened up many possibilities for new design in terms of new forms, in terms of new shapes, and also prefabrication of components helps us with installation, because now you do not need professional builders or professional craftsmen, because everything is very easy to put together. And also the other advantage is that construction can be done in any condition, so you wouldn't have weather conditions that might extend the process of construction. So these are the advantages of Industrial Revolution and the prefabrication of components to architecture. So if you have more ideas or more answers to this, you might want to share with us in class. So that's all for this revision. Thank you.